Yes, sir. This is your boy, the Hoop, feeling back with another banger. We with these pro and bills. We going crazy. You know how we get down. So make sure you like the video, sub up if you are new, turn on post notifications. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. We outside with it. So this pro am center, we got two builds for y'all. I got one build for my old heads. You know what I mean? That paint mashing pro am inside big, because those go crazy too, which is crazy to even say. Like, now that I've played so many pro am games, it's like, yo, who's behind the sticks matters more. I'm just here to give you the builds. You feel me? And then we got the other big man that want to be able to stretch the floor. You know, that pick and popper. So we got a pick and roller and we got a pick and popper. You feel me? Let's get into it. So you already know we're going with Anthony Davis, because you know Anthony Davis at his prime, he literally can do both. I'm gonna go at the center position. So hear me out, ladies and gentlemen. Hear me out. We're going 6'10". I know you're gonna be like, "Whoa, man, 6'10's kind of short. This, that, and the third." We don't care. We don't care about none of that. We absolutely don't care about none of that you got going on. None of that you got going on. We're going 6'10". Why? It's the perfect height, weight, wingspan for you to not be a defensive liability. I repeat, a defensive liability. You're fast enough to get chase downs, because that's the biggest problem with the bigs. They be having 99 speed, 99 rebound, and they can't get no rebounds. Why? Because they're slow. On a 6'10", you're not slow. You got 74 speed, 60 agility. We also, with the inside, you got the strength. You know we want them big body screens, because remember, when you're on a pure inside, your point guard is 3 hunting. Literally. 3 hunting like there's no tomorrow. Also, when you're on the inside big, what people don't realize, because you don't have any shooting, the attributes, how you distribute them is so much better. Shooting is so expensive that you can make some of the best builds by removing shooting. And when they got that new cheese, you know what I mean, when you get the 25 3-pointer, and you can cap break it and get like a 60 or 70 or whatever the case may be. But we're not here for that. So look at the physicals. All you gotta do is cap break. You get your Pogo on Legend. Pogo is a tough badge. I've played with Pogo. I've played without Pogo. There's a huge difference. Like, Pogo on Legend goes crazy. You already know we get the defensive rebound, but the good thing about this inside, we get a 90 offensive rebound. And you're already gonna get legend rebounding badges. So everything's gonna be on Legend, box out beast, rebound chaser. So the problem is, when you go against someone who also has legend rebound chaser, right? Then the attribute combination matters. What I mean by that is, if they have a low offensive rebound, but they have high speed and a high vertical, they're going to outjump you based off the physical attributes. But with this center build, not only do you have a high speed, not only do you have a high vertical, when you cap break this, you're going to have a 99, but you're going to be extremely fast, extremely athletic, and you're going to get all the rebounds. Why? Because of the speed. I have my Michael Porter Jr. build with like a 70 rebounding, but I have a 90 vertical. I'd be horsing. Like, I'd be horsing players that have 99 rebounds. Especially when I play threes. I'm like, bro, it's not even fair. They put me at the 5. Like, I never felt inadequate at the center position, knowing I only have like a 70 rebound, you know. But I digress. So you got the rebound on. We're gonna knock all that out. So you gotta have some paint presence, you know what I mean? Even though in Pro-Am, no one's really trying to like cook you down low. You feel me? They're not really trying to like attack you, but we wanted to have some type of paint presence. 85 isn't a lot, but it's also not low. So it's not like you're oh man, you can't get any stops. You know what I'm saying? So you got the interceptor smooth, and then this bad boy, like I said, with the vertical and the speed, you're going to get blocks. With the high fly denier and with the paint patroller, you're smooth. Like right here, defensively, you're not a liability. Because remember, you still have what? This bad boy right here. this, man, you're strong. You're not weak. You are not weak at all. And just wait till we get into the cap breakers. So the biggest thing over here, because we got the inside, guess what we get to do? We get to go crazy on everything else. So right here, we have this bad boy. You need this here. People say, why? Because your goal is to get a 99 pass. Like, I'm not a fan in +1s, +2s in comparison of actually get it. So for example, you need a 98 pass accuracy to get break starter on legend. A 98 pass accuracy gets you legend. That will always be better than a 90 whatever and you +2 the badge. Like, the badge is good, but sometimes when the badge doesn't pop up, especially in shooting, I've noticed that in shooting, when I have like a 89 3 ball, but then I'm +2 the shooting badges to legend, if one of those badges don't pop up, you're left with the attributes. Therefore, if you had no badges, the attributes would make whatever you're doing bad. This is why you want 99 at anything that you're trying to be elite at. That's just the truth. So the goal is to have a 99 rebound, 99 pass. You can go for 95 strength, so that way you don't have to +1 the brick wall. I mean, you don't have to +2 the brick wall. You can do that. But yeah, you want 99 pass. Like the cap breakers, I'm gonna break everything down with the cap breakers. This goes here because it was like what left over. We didn't touch that, and then this goes to 62, just because of what all things were left over. So one here, we don't care about layup at all. Now this is where it gets interesting, because you get Giannis dunk package, you go crazy. You go crazy, and it's very interesting to see. So when you look at the build, right, you see that we have close shot. You don't take a lot of close shots in Pro-Am, to be honest. And I'm a meter guy, so I wouldn't even advise you to take any close shots. Just being honest, I would just advise you straight meter. 90 standing dunk is perfect. You don't need nothing else, nothing more. So it's like when you come to this build, it's extremely complete. Why? You have literally the physicals. You are fast, you are strong, you are athletic, you can rebound, you can defend, you can pass the ball, you can finish in the paint. Like there's nothing that you really need. You get what I'm saying? Need. Everything, there's things that you might want, but there's nothing you need. Remember, you're a center for a pro team. You feel me? So you gotta understand that. It's that simple, it's that easy. And then you see the shades of, and then you have a lab threat glass visionary. Kind of cool, you know. It's kind of cool. I think sometimes 2K just throw a bunch of names together though, just to like make their point. Like it's like, come on, like you just do things that correlate. You feel me? I'm gonna show you the build, so that way everybody has a strong understanding. This is what I wanted you guys to get into. So I have 8 cap breakers. When I use playmaking specialization, I have the +2, so I maxed that out already. So this is what I was saying. So you see how you can get the, if you wanted to, I'm not suggesting it, but let's say 25, 35, 45, I'm just using 55, let's say 65, almost 75 maybe. I'm just doing it by 10 increments, 10, 20, 30, 40, just in those increments, but you get somewhere like a 60 or something, 60 or 70, whatever the case may be. But I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that, remember, you're 6'10", so you can get the +5 here. You can get the 88 for the legend pogo, which is extremely important. You can get Hall of Fame brick wall, which you will put up with a +1, which you're trying to do. You got your 99 rebound, and if you get more, later you can put it on offensive, but get your 99 rebound, and then you want your 88 block. If you can get 88 block, 99 rebound, and 95 strength, just that alone, right? You're solid. For the overachievers, you can go for the 99 pass. But in this is the order that I would do it based off having limited cap breakers. 100% plus 5 right here. Knock that out. Because you're an inside big, strength matters more than pass. Because your strength, the higher your strength, the better the screens you're setting, the better your point guard can hide behind screens. And then when you get them animations, when you roll, you're dunking like there's no tomorrow. So that's how the build is broken down. That's what I think is the best inside pro-am point guard. Pro-am center. I think this is the best because at no point are you inadequate in any place. And let's say you're one of those who has the extra, you can always do the close shot. Again, I'm not a fan of close shot. You get what I'm saying? But what is that? 80, you get 78, 80, 2, 4, 5. You get 85, so it's smooth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not a fan of close shot because 2K will do you bogus. Just being honest, 2K will do you wrong. So like I said, I'm 100% standing down. 100% standing down. And like I said, for the people who want to be shooters at the pro-am center position, I ain't forget about y'all too. I just had to show some love to the old heads, you feel me? So the only difference with this one is, right, because we are trying to be a little spot up, pick and popper. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna bring the weight down. This part sucks. Yes, I know. We're gonna bring it down here. As you see at 239, you lose a strength. We still need, and this is you're gonna do the plus ones. Everything stays the same. This is just for the players who generally want to be able to spread the floor. Some people don't like being the insides, you know what I mean? And some point guards like the fact that when they go to the basket, that they can just kick out back to the big. You feel me? So we're gonna do some adjustments. We got the 75 speed. You're still fast. You're still quick. The only difference now, right, is we max out the strength at 91, and we're just there at 91. The vertical, you take a little hit on the vertical because, like I said, shooting requires you to do so much. So it's like you take a little hit. But like I said, you're still good because, as you can see, if you want to still get the 88, you can. So it's just about where you want your cap breakers to be. You already know the same concept with the 94. Again, does this suck more for being able to shoot? Yes. Why? Because now for the rebounding, we're only going to do an offensive rebound of 80. So as you can see, it's harder to be more of a spot up because shooting costs so much. We're doing the same concept with the defense. Nothing really changed with the defense, but you do get, right, if you want to do some adjustments, again, just remember this is all a template, but if you do want to do some adjustments, because you got less strength, what you can get is this bad boy here with high flying denial on gold. So it makes a bigger difference. This part does suck here because if you want to bring the block down and put the pass up, you can. It's totally fine. Like I said, this is also just a template. Bring this down here. Bring this right here. And with this one, we stopped at 90. We stopped at 90. And I know we went over the whole fact of being able to have a 99 pass is just too hard to do when you're trying to get everything. There's only so much you can do. You get what I'm saying? There's only so much you can do. And like I said, this is a template, y'all, so you can flip this however you want. And because this is a shooting big, you get to have free throw just in case for them late games, because when you do get the defensive rebound, you'll be able to shoot. So We bring this bad boy down right here. You don't need float game, it's a big. And because you're a popper, now all of these attributes are not the same. You get what I'm saying? We're not touching layup. We're not touching driving dunk. However, with standing dunk, we're going to stop right here. And this is the breakdown of build, right? So you got to understand something. This template is broken down for you to be complete, you know? So it's like, the physicals are still good, still solid. You can still cap rate the physicals. But it's like, you would want more pass, but if you, let's say you wanted more pass, right? In order for you to get more pass accuracy, let's say you would have to put dunk down to, let's say 84, so you get the paint control, right? Cool. You can stretch it out for +3, you know, so you can get the break started. But remember, the attributes you're using, right, affect other things. So that's why I said, what's more valuable in the sense of what do you care about more? That's why I say it's a template. I like this better because you can always cap break this, and then after cap breaking it, you know. But let's say you don't want standing dunk. I don't know why you wouldn't want standing dunk, but it's like there's only so much you can do. Well, you could put free throw down a little bit to see how much you can get for pass accuracy. But it's like, I wouldn't want to have a lesser block with a lesser vertical. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want less vertical with less block, stuff like that. So it's like, I think this is like the best way to put it, you know. And then you see the shades of, and then we have backline, break, start, and bully. I told y'all 2K with the names just be having fun with the names. Like, you put like 18,000.
Yes, man, right now. I need you to be honest.
But I'd rather have like 1,000 names than like the same 5. So can't really complain that much.
Hey.
You feel me? It is what it is. It is what it is. So now, this is the fun part, like I was saying. So when it comes down with the defense, you still can get the 88. Okay? Still can get the 88. So, like I said, I got 8 cap breakers +2. You still get the 93. Not saying 93 is bad. You get what I'm saying? And you get the +2, you know? But you're just a different type of center. Could you, like, flip a couple of things? Yes, you could. But the way that you're trying to play center on this build is you're going from 3 to 3. Like, you're going from 3 to 3. You're not trying to be to the basket. You're not trying to roll as much. That's why we went with the 81 bare minimum. But it's like you're trying to be a shooter. And because you're trying to be a shooter, you're playing differently, you know? So the way that I look at it is, get the +3 here, you're smooth. Get the +3 here, you're smooth. The +5, you're smooth. And then you can help with the backside with, you can do the +5, you can do a +3. You can like play around with it, you know what I'm saying? But if I was to be completely honest, the only differentiating factor I would emphasize, if you don't like the block with the vertical, is just put the block down, get the +3 on the pass accuracy, and then go to the. But yeah, that's the build, you feel me? Pro Am centers. Like I said, if you made it to the end of the video, type in Pro Am center. I appreciate y'all and your boy, and I'm out.